It has been the longest off-season of SRA. The rust has been wiped off and the cars are revved up and ready to go. Welcome to SRA.
We're off and away for SRA.
Good evening, Sim Racing Alliance. Welcome to Season 8, Round 7 for Division 5. We are racing at Indianapolis tonight. I'm your main host, Caden. I'm joined here tonight by our new, but definitely not new to the league here, Andrew Anderson. What's going on, my man?
It's the penultimate round. I can't spell it, but I can say it. We are ready for round 7 of an 8-round title fight in Division 5, SRA. Another fun season. A lot of fun drivers. I look forward to watching these guys. Let's go have a little fun tonight and watch a little racing.
Absolutely. Like I said, we are racing Indianapolis tonight. Back in the Americas again. It is a nighttime track, 15 turns, about 2.5 miles long. Taking a look at the track, you got any insight, maybe any problem corners that we need to be watching out throughout the night?
Oh, let's see here. Let me look at turn. Here's the problem corners. 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6.
Yeah, yeah, all of them. I really think that we're going to have a lot of problems, of course, at turn 1, because there's just enough room for guys to get alongside each other down the front stretch. But I really think that the left-hander at the end of the back stretch is that 90-degree corner is going to be problems. That's going to be, what is that? My screen. That's turn 8. Turn 8 is going to be a mess. And right leading into turn 9, that's where all the hiccups are going to be. So it's going to be morning. You can't really see. You really can't see turn 11 very well. You can't see the apex at 8 o'clock in the morning. You cannot see the apex of turn 11. So we're going to have people lose time there, wrecks there. But it's going to be a lot of interesting lines taken through that corner. But it's going to be fun. This is a fun track, even though it's kind of flat. If they don't make it fun, we'll make it fun.
Hey, there you go. But yeah, I completely agree with you. Turn 8, really the back end of Sector 2 there past the straight, I can see being a definite problem. You kind of got a wide sweeping turn 12 into a 90-degree right-hander on turn 13 there that I could see being a bit of an issue. Like you already covered turn 1 and 2 there, could definitely be interesting. So a couple of go ahead.
Well, I think that turn 13, there's some foam blocks there. I'll bet $1.50 that those foam blocks will not be there by lap 3.
I think you would be right. Like corner cutting is a very, very popular thing here in Division 5, and we love to see it, using all the track, even if that means extending the track out a little bit more.
Yep. Who we have? Who's the lead of this thing?
Well, let's pop over and take a look at our team standings here. Number 1, we have Lamborghini, Jacob Rogers and Dakota Taylor starting to run away with this lead a little bit. They've been kind of holding a bit of a small lead, and they're starting to jump it up more and more here. With a 92-point lead over our number 2, which is Bimmer Boys Racing, with Harrison Channing and Kevin Johnston. Number 3 coming in just 5 points behind number 2, Lag Pursuit, with Felipe Enos and Thomas Olhausen. Definitely a big contender there to try to get that 3rd and 2nd position. We'll see if Lamborghini can kind of hold on to their lead tonight. You know, if they have a good race tonight, then they may be running away with a title here.
Good stuff, and that's the end of practice. They got a 4-minute wait time before They're going to qualify. How's your team standings looking?
Let's take a look. Let's see.
you go.
Dakota Taylor's setting number 1 right now with 493 points just on his own. Your boy Blue coming in close contender with 67 points behind. That could definitely be made up in a race there with 426. Number 3, Rigatoni trying to sneak up, especially after a couple of good races that he's had with 422 points. Just sitting 71 points behind Taylor there. Harrison Channing coming in, number 4, and Felipe Enos, number 5. Both kind of in a somewhat close battle, about 24 points apart from each other there.
Yeah, that looks like that's probably your championship contenders right there in a nutshell.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, depending on how your boy Blue and Panzo do, we may see a little bit of a change up there between 2nd and 3rd. Wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. So
all we got to do is those top 3 got to make sure they cannot stumble tonight. They just go because they're going to invite somebody else to their party for the last night of the season if they stumble. So that's what we're watching.
Absolutely, got to absolutely keep an eye out on that.
Well, here we go. So, now qualifying's about to start, and so with that, it takes a few minutes before things get hopping. Here we got some cars rolling off. So while they're laying down some banker laps, that would make sure and get you the information you really need to know while they're warming their tires up. So with that, we're excited to bring you the first and last edition of the News According to SRA, where we bring you all the news that's important to you, the SRA driver. Here we go, lightning round. Here we go. In racing news, Formula One champion Max Verstappen took home the winner's trophy at the Grand Prix of Zandvoort and Monza for his 11th and 12th wins of the season. Prior to leaving with the trophy at Zandvoort, Red Bull did have to pay for half the winner's trophy because that's what it's like when you go Dutch. Alex Palou won his 2nd IndyCar title with a race to spare at Portland International Raceway, while Scott Dixon won the season finale at the newly paved Laguna Seca ice rink. Scott Dixon was quoted to say after the race that Kiwi is actually a Maori word that means, "I'm still kicking your American butts. Are y'all ready to give up yet?" In endurance racing, Toyota won the 6 hours of Fuji this weekend at the Japanese carmaker's home circuit. After finishing a distant 8th, Peugeot driver Paul di Resta commented after the race, "That's not how that track looked on pole position in 1982. This week's SRA winners were Ryan Yee, Landon Treves, Eric Laren, Chris Sweeney, Panzo Rigatoni, and Jeremy Aaron. After his D5 win, Panzo Rigatoni remarked that he was told chicks really dig pretend race car drivers. Boy, did I get that wrong. I'm buying a pickleball racket. In showbiz news, Taylor Swift's Era Tour documentary comes to theaters in the U.S. on October 13th, just in case you didn't get a chance to give her all your money for a concert ticket. In politics are banned at SRA due to total lack of interest. In money matters, we used to have some, then we started sim racing, now we don't have any. Finally, in sports, the high-flying Colorado Buffaloes won their 2nd game of the season, defeating their arch-rival Nebraska Cornhuskers 36-14 over the weekend. Meanwhile, in related news, it was announced yesterday the Rolling Stones have booked a date this fall to play at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Earlier line shows the Stones are favored by 7. That's the news! Let's see what these guys are doing on track.
Love to hear it. We'll take a look here. We are out on our outlap still. We're following Bermudez Garcia here around the track. Coming around on the last couple of corners here, going to start his lap.
I'm hopping on to YouTube so we can follow on with the chat, because this will be an interactive evening. Where's our chatters at? There we go. And happy birthday, Caden.
Oh, appreciate it.
Oh, I tell you what, while we're there, check it out. Celebrity birthdays today. Barry White would have been 79 today. Let's see, we stop that. Barry White would have been 79 today. Joe, you're right. Linda Gray is 83 today, and boy, did she look good in 1975 on the Rockford Files. The Road Warrior would have been 63 today for all you wrestling fans. Former NASCAR driver Ricky Rudd is 67 today. His birthday is sponsored by Tide, Texaco, Taco Bell, Quaker State, and Little Debbie's. So you share a birthday with some good company.
Absolutely. We love to see it. I believe September 12th was also Paul Walker's birthday too.
Yes, it was.
Could have been on that list somewhere.
So we've got 2.5 minutes into qualifying, so I figure everybody's got their outlap down, and their first guys should be finishing off their first lap, which will be a banker. It takes 2 or 3 to get going, especially in the dark of night.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just following along with Cumber here as he comes across the back end, looking to set his first time in the night, which is going to be a 139.3 starting us out for the night. We'll see how things kind of go from there. Currently holding the top spot, Bermudez Garcia popping over next with a 139.3. G. Smith with a 139.3. And E-Ball is coming in with a 138, so absolutely blowing that time out of the water. He is not coming to play tonight. He is looking for that next win, especially coming out of his first outlap, or coming out of his first lap after the outlap there. It looks like Potes popped into that number 2 spot just ahead of Cumber with a 139.2, just beating him out by about 3/100ths of a second there.
We missed talking about the silver standings. We've got Darren Robichaux, Rob Moorhead, and Hector Potes are the top 3, followed closely by Garcia, and Ren Aoki and Isaiah Hill are all the way down. We've got really tight battle for the silver drivers. That battle's long before being over with. So Potes out with a nice first lap. Garcia, Aoki, Robichaux, they're all got competitive first laps out there. So we got to watch those guys. I'll see if I can make sure tonight watch that silver battle.
Absolutely. We've been seeing a very strong contention from silver drivers, even some pole starts from some of our silver drivers as we progress through the season here. So these silver drivers have definitely come out to play with everyone. They are not dropping behind, not letting that stop them whatsoever. Definitely unloading the rest of their sandbags right towards the end of the season.
Moorhead is still in the pits, hasn't come out yet. So there's 13 silver drivers on track tonight, with a field of 32. So it's entirely possible for somebody to get very little points, and very possible for somebody to get a lot of points if you're a silver driver. Much to play for.
Absolutely, we'll have to see. I know Indy is not a popular track amongst our drivers, so I'm guessing we're going to see some of them that these shine with, that really kind of vibe with this track, and we may see a little bit of a switch up over what our normal standings may be. Usually these bit of outliers, they'll have their core group of people that are really good, really with it, and then it's just like wet and dry races. You'll have the group that it just doesn't work with.
Yeah, it's flat. And so I think tonight's all going to be about grip, especially in these high-speed corners, like 2, 3, and 4 are all high speed, and it's about grip and about how you manage the grip, how you manage that throttle pedal to make sure you're not losing grip, make sure your setup doesn't have too much grip on the front tires, back tires, because you can get out of shape really fast in these corners, especially when you have heavy fuel, then you're working yourself down to low fuel. There's a lot of bad things that can happen to people. So I think the word of the day is grip. We're about to watch it. We're about to watch people who have it We're about to watch people that don't have it.
Absolutely. Taking a look back at our time here real quick, it looks like Ren Aoki managed to pop his way all the way to the top of the list here with a 137.6, putting down an absolute heater of a time as he spins right off the track. Rutherham not falling too far behind him, about 2/10 behind him, with a 137.8, bumping E-Balls down to number 3 right now with his previous heater of a 138. We do have several drivers still up on deltas. We can see a lot of changes here, but with a minute and 45 seconds left on the clock here, I'm assuming we're kind of getting set into our spot here.
Van Sickle is sitting on a heater. He's 1.2 seconds up on his lap, which puts him, that would put him front row if he can finish it off.
Not to put any pressure on him, but we will follow him through the rest of his lap here. It looks like he is catching up to a driver in front of him too, which could
he's
slow him down.
He's sitting on pole. Finish it off. Kent, go. He finishes it off. He's on the silver pole. Kent, go. There it is.
137.3. Managed to put a 0.38 seconds faster time than Aoki there, who had previously just shattered the record there. So Van Sickle definitely hit that little funny button to dump the rest of the sand off his car right at the end of the race there. Lost a little weight and increased some grip.
I think that's what we call in the industry, sitting on a heater. Nice. All right, release the hounds. Here come the gold drivers.
About 25 seconds from now, we'll see some of these other drivers popping off. It looks like E-Balls is on a 0.3 second faster lap right now. We'll see if he can hold on to it. That would bump him up into the low 138s there, putting him probably about 6th place there if he's able to hold on to it around these last 3 or 4 corners.
So only Aoki is among our championship contenders, and Rutherham as well. That had a good qualifying effort. That may serve him really well because these silver leaders need a lot of points tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And E-Ball's putting out an absolute heater, splitting what I was just about to say. It was a first, second, and third start from Lamborghini there. But E-Ball's sticking his AMG nose into that.
You think it's a Lambo track tonight?
Judging off the top times there, I mean, I definitely could see it being a Lamborghini track as Rutherham bumps his Aston nose up into it. He's one of the 2 drivers on the track here that's rocking the Aston Martin, I believe. Him and his teammate.
I think that front engine car could play well in some of these fast sweeping corners. But it looks like the Lambos have it. All right, here come the proverbial fast dudes.
And that's definitely one thing that we've been noticing race after race here is gold really, as far as these hot lap times, are not much faster. Where they really come to play is in the consistency of each lap that they're able to put down and continuously are able to do so. You know, they just have a little bit more consistency in their laps, but not necessarily faster laps. I wouldn't be surprised with the time that Van Sickle, Rutherham, E-Balls, and Aoki put down if it's a hard contender for gold quality there.
I wonder if Rob Moorhead had a qualification hold for penalties, because he did not go out. I didn't check the penalties for tonight, but anyways, he did not go out with the silver drivers, so he'll start at the back of the field. But I think this is going to be the kind of race you could win from anywhere. You know what? One more while these guys are getting heated up, there's one more thing to cover on our pit window tonight. It's a 58-minute pit window, but there's a 51-second delta to come in and get a leader and get out. That's a much bigger delta than we're used to having. So if you pit early and you come out, you might end up right in front of or in the other leaders. If you're one of the guys at the back of the grid that's going to pit early, trying to get some free air, if you're not faster than the leaders, you can get yourself in a real mess. That's not the way it usually is. Tonight's way different, so I'm curious to find out what happens if you pit early to try to make the massive undercut. Are you just going to get yourself in a mess? Storyline to watch. For those of us who are racing tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly. Got to take notes while you can. That's why I enjoyed last season so much. I would commentate on Tuesday nights, race on Wednesdays, so I always had a mental page full of what not to do usually. Watching through, but taking a look, it looks like Olhausen's coming back around here on what should be his first hot lap. He's running. We can't quite tell what he's running. It says 0.8 up, but
yeah, we don't know what it's 0.8 up on. What is 0.8 up on? There we go. First lap takes him straight to the front row.
137.390, so he is 0.08 of a second off Van Sickle there. I may have been wrong. We may see some a lot more contention up at the top there.
And he's running 6th in points, so if Olhausen has a good finish and a couple of guys really stumble tonight, he might get himself back in the equation for a podium for the season. But we're watching. It's the thing to know. We're watching.
That's all we get to do.
I mean, this is a whole lot better than watching reruns of Honey Boo Boo, isn't it?
Absolutely. Just see all this action out live.
Yeah, think of the options you had tonight. Could have watched, 900-pound sisters, or we could have watched Honey Boo Boo, or we could have watched racing.
Yeah, great night for racing. I would not want to be the drivers that have to wake up this early in the morning and be out here on this track at whatever, like good time. It's 6:15 a.m. already out hot and racing.
I can't confirm my alarm clock's got a 6:15 on it.
Never would see it.
I've never seen it before. If you don't see it, never happened. Steaming all along, we've got 4.5 minutes left in qualifying, and hot laps are coming up. First one was just a banker. The hot ones are a-coming. 32 car field.
But Channing is a good deal up on his lap right now. Actually contending himself in for first if he's able to hold. He had a 137.9 that he is running almost a second up on his Delta currently, which would put him in the 136 range and be our first driver. But it looks like he has caught straight up to the BMW right in front of him and bleeding off a little bit at that time. Just too quick for him.
Hey, there he is, Channing, sitting on pole. Provisional pole, that is. We got a new pole award sponsor for tonight, so we'd be happy to announce our pole award sponsor winner as the next 3.5 minutes progress.
Take a look down the board here. It looks like Olhausen is not wanting to let that lead go away. He is currently about a half a second up on his Delta, which would also put him into the 136s as he comes around our last couple of corners here. We'll see if he's able to keep it together in the McLaren there. Definitely pushing those Lamborghinis further and further down the list. It was definitely a theme for the silver, but the Mac has taken over the top there with a 136.9, our first 136 driver.
And only 2 Lamborghinis in gold. Fascinating to see where they end up in final qualifying. Here comes a pack around the front stretch. Olhausen holding it down. Olhausen Channing. Johnston row 3. McKechnie row 4. McDonald row 4. Standing might be done. Taylor now row 3. Our 2 silver drivers, Rudderham and Van Sickle, holding on to 3rd and 4th spot.
Not giving those times up easy. They're definitely fighting for him. It looks like Taylor is on a lap that may get him past both of those drivers if he's able to keep this going here. Obviously, sitting number 1 for our gold drivers right now.
Well, seeing how we're starting in the dead of night here, that track's going to be heating up, and I figure these gold drivers have a massive advantage as that track starts getting rubbered in from the cold night air. As it gets some more hot rubber on it, I suspect these gold guys should start laying down some much faster times.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is the time to do it with 1.5 minutes left in their qualifying right now. They don't have much more opportunities to put down a good lap here.
Philip Ennis looks like he might move to the inside of row 5 to catch these down to 8th. That puts McDonald in row 3. Galindo, row 2. The BMWs have spoken. I mean, not with their turn signals, but they've spoken.
I don't even think they install those things on them anymore.
Not anymore. So the last 30 seconds are rolling up. Does anybody have anything left?
I think Galindo's on a bit of a lap here, almost half a second up on his time.
Now, your boy Blue was, he was up on his previous lap, but not anymore. Johnston might be able to move into row 3, but I don't think so. The one to watch is Galindo. Galindo is going to finish on pole. Go! Can we get a camera on him?
He's coming around the last couple of corners here.
He's going to sit on pole.
Yeah,
your pole sitter. Pole sitter's going to be. My timing's terrible. A pole sitter's going to be.
Almost.
It's going to be Dan. It's going to be Galindo. There he goes. Good job, bud. So, pole position.
I think that's official. I'm not seeing anyone else down here. Yeah, nope, that's absolutely.
Galindo has won the pole award tonight, sponsored by Red Wrigglers, the Cadillac of worms. Available at fine worm shops across southeast Georgia and parts of Florida. Red Wrigglers, the Cadillac of worms. We're hooked. Thank you for sponsoring our pole award.
Love it. We have our couple of last drivers, but taking a look at that standing that we just saw. Anyone that you're watching throughout this race? Anyone to keep an eye on that you're seeing so far?
Channing has been consistent. Harrison Channing's been consistent all season. Dakota Taylor is starting on the outside of row 2. He's your points leader. Those are the 2 that I've got my eyes on. So I'll tell you, right before we get started, we got a couple minutes before these guys get going while their mechanics get their cars prepped for race, get them fueled. I thought I would share with everyone the top 10 things that I hate about SRA. There's 10 things that really hack me off, and I thought I'd share them with everybody. So here they go. Alrighty, number 10. Doing 300 preseason qualifying laps just to get myself into a division that's way over my head. Number 9, too short of a pit window. This 58 minutes is way too short. Number 8 of things that hack me off of SRA. I can't spell conglomerate. Number 7, driving like a wuss on lap 1 just to make sure I don't get double penalty points. Number 6, wrecking because the commentators curse. Thanks a lot, guys. Number 5 of things that hack me off. Finding out the commentators weren't even watching, so it was all my fault anyway. Number 4, finding out that Max Toe has nothing to do with Max Diggs. That was disappointing. Number 3, things that hack me off. BMW drivers still not using turn signals. Number 2, getting picked last every season in Coach Jeffrey's Academy fantasy draft. The number one thing, you have to go back a ways for this one. The number one thing that hacks me off at SRA is a sharp decline of feet pictures on Discord. That completely defeats the purpose of racing here. But that's just me. Let us know what things hack you off the most about SRA. But with that, 51 seconds, and then we're going to go racing. There you go.
That was a perfect background to a very good track walk there. I think I finally have it all nailed down as far as syncing all my liveries here. Didn't see any just pure black carbon fiber cars in there, so I think everyone did a good job. And by race 7 here, we got it nailed down.
Beautiful looking cars, good looking grid walk. 32 great looking liveries. Ready to watch a race.
Absolutely, we're about to line up here for our formation lap.
Red Wrigglers, the Cadillac of worms. And we're rolling off.
While we are on our formation lap, I just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favorite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much, much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. A big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality simulators and accessories. Use code SRATE, that's S-RATE, at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way that you experience ACC. And To-Go Setups, premium esports setups for everyone. Use our affiliate link in our Discord and take your drive to the next level. And obviously all the admins and people that make SRA happen on a daily basis, everyone that volunteers their time constantly to be able to do this, and of course all the drivers, not having without everyone that's willing to sweat it out in the gaming chair for however long it takes. We are coming around the back half of the track here, getting ready. A lot of nerves boiling between the 33 drivers here that we have starting tonight. Around the final couple of corners, looks like we're starting to attempt to stack up 2x2 here as we come into the last 3 or 4. Around the last corner here, our pole position starter is going to be Galindo, followed by Olhausen, Channing Taylor, and Van Sickle is going to be top 5 starters. Have to see how it chops up as the night goes on, but we are lining up for our final stretch right into the start right here. We're about to be off and going with our 7th race.
Green light, go.
Right now. Not too many position changes. Looks like a lot of spreading out here. We'll see what these drivers do as we come around into turn 1, as it is a very short, sharp 90-degree corner right. Like everyone seems to be slowing down. Looks like we actually have one disconnect there. Seems to be pretty clean thus far, going about 3 wide throughout the corners there. And seems like a very clean cornering. Everyone's still pushing it out 3 wide as they come through. Our next couple of corners here, not seeing any incidents or accidents thus far. We seem to be doing pretty good on a pretty flat track here. Looks like Olhausen is going to pop out right in front of Galindo. Managed to sneak his way around and is going to start it out tonight. Outbreaking that BMW right around that right-hander here. Pit window did open up. We'll see as Mr. Anderson there talked about if we have any early ones dipping in. Looks like we have a crash on track between the last rise and Enriquez here. Don't know what happened there. We can try going back real quick. See what happened here. Bit of a dive bomb there. It just got squeezed into. The unfortunate little racing incident. We are coming around with our first couple of laps here. Olhausen still leading the pack with about a half a second lead on Galindo there. Galindo is not going to let this race go up early. Kind of taking a look at Nick Pack here. Barnes looks like he is sneaking his way up on balls there, about 0.3 seconds behind, trying to find a way to nose that car right on around. The last rise sitting back in 30th right now after we saw that incident that happened. Take a look. Rigatoni, our previous race winner, is battling it out with Jacob Rogers right now, our team championship winner. They are going bumper to bumper, rubbing each other. It looks like Rigatoni's even giving him a couple of flashes there. Rogers moving off to the side, but not going to give up the position, just going in for it, and Rigatoni just ripping right around him there. Good pass from Rigatoni as Rogers gets sandwiched into the lap of into the train going on there. Speaking of Lamborghinis, Dakota Taylor sneaking up into 3rd place now, trying to follow up on Galindo there. Harrison Channing not trying to give up any sort of position, is right on Taylor's tail currently. We'll see how this pans out as we keep going. Galindo, 2nd place currently, about 0.6 seconds behind Olhausen there, who's running it forward a little bit. Still a very tight race, but Olhausen is trying to make that gap up as he can at the front of the pack there. Looks like Rogers sneaking it by Bermudez Garcia there. We're seeing a couple of little change-ups here. Aoki and Bat battling it out. Aoki trying to get into the inside line there, sneak around, maybe push him out a little bit, manages to turn right into it, get that position back again. They're switching back and forth just a little bit. Sneak on into the next driver in front of him, which looks like he balls in the Mercedes there. Look, it looks like Barnes just snuck around Bat there. Bat is caught up in the front of a little bit of a train sitting right there. Like Poten and some training positions. A lot of position changes right now, especially in this train right now, as drivers kind of settle in, go get around, and continue to move forward here. So we'll look at our lead here. Olhausen now has a 1.1 second gap over Galindo. Really bringing forward a lot of consistent driving very early on. It's very common to see a gap this early on, and when we did last week with Rigatoni, ended up pulling a race win, just starting in first and ending in first there.
Hey,
Hey,
your boy Blue is in 18th. He's going to have to make a move if he's going to keep himself in contention for the championship. Right now, Dakota Taylor, running in third place, is pulling away from him with points. He's got to make a move. He might need to start thinking pit early because he's got to make something happen, even if it's wrong. Moorhead's still running shotgun on the field. I wonder what his strategy is. If he's somebody, oh, there's some contact.
we were just talking about your boy Blue there. Looks like he got caught up in that little bit of an incident.
He sure did.
Very unfortunate.
That is not what he needed.
That's that dang commentator's curse you were talking about not 5 minutes ago.
There it is. See? Thanks a lot, guys.
Taking a look, it looks like Cumber currently with our fastest lap of the night thus far with a 137.9. I definitely anticipate that will be broken at some point. We were just
there it is.
Olhausen with a 137.4. Getting that little faster of a time. He is now 1.5 seconds above Galindo there, just building that bit of a gap slowly but surely here as he's coming through. We'll see if he's able to keep it moving forward here.
Well, they're strung out awfully nice. Oldhausen has got a couple of seconds on the pack, but from there, they're just nicely spaced out, about 3 or 4 car lengths apiece from each other. No one's making a move on anybody. Everyone is just settling in, realizing I got 52 minutes left to get this done. Don't make a mess now. So your boy Blue is down in 30th after he is pitted. Best thing he can do, probably repair the damage, get back out.
Oh, looks like Matze gets tapped off the track with an unsafe rejoin and smacks that BMW there. He's sitting right in the middle of the track. Skidded right off and back on again. That is unfortunate.
Yes, he did. Ghislaine Smith also.
Humber spinning off the track too. He's having to move to get back on there. They're pulling right out in front of Rogers there. And get sandwiched in between Rogers and Nate. Enriquez and Bootsma having a little bit of a battle there. Looks like Enriquez snuck his way forward. The boy Blue down in last place now, so now we have to follow him and see how many position he makes back up throughout the race.
Yeah, so he's out. Now, Moorhead is also pitted, it looks like. So those two are shotgun in the field, but they ought to be clean. Let me take a look and make sure they are clean. They are. Ghislaine Smith also is clean. So they got a straight fight the rest of the night. And here's what we wanted to look at is those three, while they're at the back of the field, they've got about 35 seconds or so to the back of the field. I don't know how far they are ahead of the leaders. I don't think the leaders are close to them. It's good news for them. Now they're in good shape. They're free and clear just to go make up some time. And those three should be able to make up time without being hindered.
Absolutely, it's definitely becoming more and more of not only a viable but also popular strat to do what you're saying and shotgun the field here. You know, pit early, get out into that clean air, and just be able to hot lap your life away until you can get back around. Looks like Matze ended up taking a pit after that bad crash there. Van Sickle losing out of position to McKechnie there. Lindo taking over our fastest lap of the day so far with a 137.37. Taking that right away from Olhausen, who is currently 3.1 seconds up on Galindo, who is second place, Taylor now, who is second place. Taylor sneaking by Galindo. Just missed that. So Taylor is definitely out for a win on this race to try to up not only his personal points but also his team points that he pulls through.
We got a pass in progress. Panzo Rigatoni, third in points. Trying to get himself by Swan and McDonald. He's chasing him. He got alongside and made a big gaggle of it and then sorted itself out. I don't think he's going to be too happy to ride. He's already taken a look inside of McDonald. He thought better of it. He's another one. He's got to make some moves.
Right here. Looks like we have Tomato and Cumber as well as Rogers all spinning out on the track, having to get back on again. Very unfortunate from those three drivers. I don't know what happened there.
Hey, you don't wreck small here, do you?
Not at all. This is America. Everything's done big.
Absolutely, it is. Hey, you don't wreck little here. You're going to do it.
Sometimes you just gotta sned it.
Yeah, you got to sned it. Who's snedding it now? Oh, McDonald has made the call for the undercut. McDonald on the pit lane. Kent Van Sickle just ran wide, and Johnson just got by him, and he's also under attack from Rutherham, who's looking. He's got a little scuff on his bumper. He's already met somebody tonight. Rutherham is got line of sight on Kent Van Sickle right now.
Taking a look back at our lead here, Taylor currently in second, 3.7 seconds behind Olhausen right now. Olhausen is just in the zone at this point.
We got Bat, Barnes, and Aoki. Not all in that order. Staring each other down.
I absolutely love watching the three-way battles here. It's
and you've got Ansem is joining their party. I think he's faster than all three of them put together, and he is absolutely in their party. Oh, now he's already.
Looks like he had to back out a little bit there. Ball along, nice little set of drivers right here. Aoki trying to lead that pack, get out a little bit ahead. Barnes just got tapped out by Bat there. Gets flipped around on the track and needs to get back out there before this next wave of drivers comes in. Looks like he's able to at least pull out back onto the track. Very unfortunate there. Rigatoni gaining the position over Swan. Was also sitting in a Mercedes there. Had a little bit of a battle of Mercedes. Rogers and Bat both all making positions up over Cumber. Who it looks like is going into the pits now. Looks like he needs to fix a little damage and give himself some open air. Lindo's still holding our fastest lap thus far. And Olhausen still running away slowly but surely with almost a 4-second gap lead up over Taylor, who is sitting in second place right now. And let's take a look here. Does look like to died. Currently not working. We're going to miss out on a little bit of commentary from our co-host here. What's going on real quick here? 1-second gap currently. Can you hear me there?
There you go. Now I got you.
There we go. For whatever reason, Discord decided to die right at the wrong point. We missed
Hey,
out a
nice.
little bit on what you said there, but
It's all right. I was wondering, am I solo?
we got it back up and rolling again. What's a stream without some technical difficulties?
Now I'm getting a good bit of audio. I think through your mic.
Are you?
Nope. I may have
on YouTube or something there.
I bet it is. Let's see what I've done. Yes, it do. I've got no audio's off there. Where's my audio coming in? I got no audio there.
Maybe through the stream or something.
That's
on
it.
Discord.
That's it. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Hey,
We get
you
it
gotta
right.
have some every once in a while.
We get it right most of the time. There you go. Now your stream's back up and going.
Awesome. All right, taking a look back at our field now. Looks like Enriquez just slipping by Bermudez Garcia. E-Balls slipping past Bootsma there. Both drivers are, actually all four of those drivers are in a very, very tight little bit of a train there. Being kind of led by Bermudez Garcia here. They're all right on each other's tails. Kind of a four-way battle going through with a lot of this as they kind of start spreading out a little bit there. Olhausen coming through is 5.1 seconds ahead of his second place counterpart, which is Taylor, who is just kind of barely holding the lead ahead of Galindo there. They are very close. It looks like Galindo and Lindo, not to be confused with each other, are both sitting right behind Taylor there, wanting that third and second place position.
Yeah. Well, Rob W in the chat says to go ahead and snet it, and which is the birthday boy well on his on the mic tonight. You shouldn't be working tonight.
Oh, we gotta do it. Another wonderful morning for racing now, as it's 8:24 in the morning.
Well, now Dakota Taylor is now trailing Olhausen by 6 seconds. He's not making any time on him, but if I were Dakota Taylor, I'd just be letting that go. But he is under threat from Galindo. Oh, what do you so what do you do here? Do you let him go? If you let him go, you're going to let Lindo go as well. I mean, do you just let him go, or do you pit and get out of the traffic? You worried about him bumping you in the back? Or do you just drive faster? I think that's the answer. You just drive a little faster.
Yeah, you always got to drive faster. It's a really tough position to be put in right here, especially leading a pack out like this. You know, you got those questions you got to ask yourself. Do you let him by? It does not appear like Taylor's going to let him by, which I absolutely wouldn't either. But he is definitely going to have to speed up a little bit and create somewhat of a gap, because Galindo is not letting that go at all, and it's just going to be sticking right on the backside of him.
Hey, you don't want to risk a mistake, and you don't want to risk getting bumped. You know, and Sergio Lindo's right behind them all. If Galindo doesn't take any looks on him and is being courteous, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are at the 40-minute mark here. There's still 40 minutes of racing to be done so far, so a lot can happen in that time, and I think some of these drivers are good about reminding themselves that, hey, you know, we're not going to win the race in the next 3 laps. Let's just take it back. And
Conversely, does Galindo and Sergio Lindo, do they consider pitting? Because is Dakota holding them up? And can they undercut him? Because they're 6.5 seconds behind the lead. Do they really think they can? If they undercut Taylor, do you think Davine Galindo can get a shot at Olhausen? That might be going through his mind, thinking, I can't sit here and lose a few tenths every lap. If he is indeed losing a few tenths every lap. But now they're into traffic.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, looking, the map's pretty strewn out here. I think no matter where you pit, you're always going to end up in a little bit of traffic.
Yeah, they've got who's ahead of them. I think that's just somebody probably has already pitted. I can't see what car it is. It's ahead of them.
Oh yeah, that Ferrari right there.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. He's letting them by. There you go. That answers all of that.
And past that, there's one more between them and first place, which is number 61,
Yep.
which is Barnes here.
Yep.
That is trailing behind, trying to catch some of those lines from Olhausen. Don't blame them at all, but Olhausen's just kind of vibing towards the front here.
Noticing the same thing. He's got no problems. The last thing you want to do if you're Olhausen is pit, because right now you're just wide open.
Exactly. He's got a lot of time in front of him he can make up before he starts running into traffic. Got a good amount of time behind him that he can just kind of keep going with what he's going. Almost 7 seconds up already. So far, this seems like a pretty picturesque replay of last week's race, except instead of Olhausen, we were watching Rigatoni doing it.
Absolutely. I'm saying, meanwhile, back at the motel, Olhausen is just cruising. He's got up to 7 seconds now.
Absolutely, it makes a really good race for him, but man, does it make a boring race for us to watch. And one of those we just check back in every minute or two. Yep, he's still in first place. He's made another 3 tenths up on his time, and that's about it.
Here comes the pass. Sergio he's looking outside. Is he going to switch back to the inside on Davine Galindo? No, he doesn't. He tucks it back in, and he's going to go into the twisty bits, riding in fourth. Sergio Galindo might be the guy that needs to pick, 'cause I think he's faster than the other two. He's got our fastest lap on hand so far, but he's stuck behind 2 drivers, and they're all losing time to Olhausen. Not much, but it's slipping away, and
the tough position to be in, and Galindo's starting to get a little impatient, nosing right up to Taylor there.
yes, he is.
Taylor cutting right across the front of him, letting him know that that's not going to fly. They both break around the same time here, and Taylor keeps that position. He's playing very good defensive right now. But generally, when we see a pace disparity like this, at some point, one of these drivers is either going to make a mistake, overcook the corner. While we're driving this close to other people, it's very easy to tap the back of them.
Absolutely. Somebody's going to get itchy. Someone's going to get an itchy trigger finger. Somebody's going to make a mistake. Somebody's going to overcook. Somebody's going to say, I think I can outbrake that guy by I can outbrake that guy. Something bad happens. Every time this happens and somebody's getting held up, bad things happen. I think you got the camera on Garcia. I'm going to keep watching my super secret screen. I'm going to keep watching this battle because it's the one that's interesting. Now in that fracas, they've already lost another 1.5 seconds just in that last lap to Olhausen.
Roboshot taking a nice long spin around. I believe that's turn 12 there along Sleeper.
Yes, it is. Woo! And slips right out of the way. Oncoming traffic.
Back over and back on the track again. Don't know what happened there.
No harm, no foul, no paint damaged. He's got the shiny part up and the pointy part facing north. Just lost a little time. What's a little time among friends?
This is a tight trio here in second, third, and fourth. It's beginning to feel like with watching F1 this previous season, where if you just cut Verstappen off the leaderboards, the race gets interesting.
Well, they've lost another 2/3 of a second to the leaders in this. At some point, Galindo's going to. It's now a 10-second gap almost back to these three. At some point, Galindo and Lindo are going to have to pass him or pit, and the fact they can't pass him says you got to undercut. Right now, they're just losing time, stuck behind somebody that they're faster than. If you can't get by him with Plan A, you got to go Plan B.
Yeah, absolutely, and it does seem like the track is opening up to where there's a potential opening in there for them. If they were to go into pit, I know it's an incredibly long pit. It looks like Galindo going for a little bit of a move there, ends up overcooking it into the corner and backing out pretty substantially.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Since we got a second here, are you ready for our first round of Punterino Jackpot for the night?
Oh, absolutely.
So tonight, in Punterino Jackpot, tonight's first contestant is Bernice Walensky from Bridgeport, Connecticut. If a driver gets Punterino'd during the 30th minute of the race, Bernice will win a pack of Yoga Toes toe spreaders, the country's #1 cure for hammer toes. And we're coming up with about 2.5 minutes left, or about 1.5 minutes until our 30th minute of the race. And if this battle here doesn't clear up, Bernice might be a winner.
We may be seeing some prizes getting dished out right now if Galindo keeps driving like this. Always trying to pull off there, seeing if you can get in there.
There it is. There it is. There it is. The mistake was made. Taylor tried to hold him off for too long, and now Galindo and Sergio Lindo are released. And now let's find out what's really going to happen. And we are in, for Bernice, we are in our 30th minute. Will Bernice walk away tonight a winner of one set of Yoga Toes? Maybe Bernice doesn't even have hammer toes. You never know.
Hey, everyone knows someone with something.
Absolutely. Makes an excellent Christmas gift. Dakota Taylor has slipped down to 4th. Rigatoni, while we weren't watching, Panzo Rigatoni has made his way to 10th. He needs the points. And Philip Ennis, also right behind him. Aoki's right behind him. Ansem right behind him. Those four need points. Ansom's driving by himself, but he can pass a lot of guys, and he can do pretty good for himself in the individual standings if he can get some points. Rogers behind him, Tomeo behind him. Garcia needs positions. He's only 68 points out of the lead in silver. And he's got 5 silver guys in front of him. He needs points. The only good part about it, the guys are in front of him aren't the guys that are in front of him in the point standings. So he's still making points. So we're watching our points battles.
Absolutely. Taking a look at Galindo, it looks like we're currently... Well, wait a second. I saw 11.3 seconds before Olhausen passing the next sector here. We'll see what it is currently.
And we're watching out for... Yeah, so he just walked away while they were battling. And our good friend Bernice in Bridgeport's got about 10 seconds left. And so it looks like the prize is going to roll over to next week, where we give away 2 sets of Yoga Toes.
And that was it.
And
I'm not seeing anything.
There it is. So our first Punterino Challenge jackpot for the night has expired. Better luck next time, Bernice. Glad you're watching. We have one more jackpot left for the evening. We won't leave you hanging. We got a lot of guys that haven't pitted, though. And the opportunity for undercut is beginning to get thinner and thinner. I think there's about 3 guys in that top 5 that should have taken a serious look at some undercutting. Meanwhile, McKechnie has caught Taylor, who I think Taylor's tires are cooked. He's just slowing down and slowing down. And he's about to fall into the clutches of that McLaren.
Yeah, Taylor definitely seems to be holding his own when it comes to battles, but he is definitely, there's something going on. He's not putting down these super fast laps here, allowing those other drivers to catch up.
And those rear tires are hot, and Justin McKechnie is all over him like a pack of wild dogs on a 3-legged cat. Channing's right behind him. Channing's going to mess right up past him, and if you look at the standings, Dakota's got a full race ahead of Channing in the points. He just needs to make sure he doesn't mess up.
Definitely a tough position to be in, currently sitting in 4th place there. Kind of doing a little bit of a yo-yo between McKechnie and Taylor there, you know, getting closer, getting a little further away here and there. Taking a look back a little bit more, we've been following along Aoki here for a bit, currently sitting 12th place, coming around turn 2 there. And just kind of chilling his way away. Rogers currently in 14th. Seems to be catching up to maybe some drivers in front of him there. Kind of chilling in the middle of some action right now. Kind of the calm before the storm. Cumber currently 28th. Has a little bit of open air, trying to catch some of those drivers in front of him, but he has got nothing but space behind him.
Well, Garcia's got some damage to the front where he's been in a mild skirmish. So we've got Garcia, Bootsma, Robichaux, and Potes, all silver guys, all fighting over some same real estate. And there goes. Who is that?
I don't wonder if that may have been a blue flag there from.
Thank you.
From E-Balls, I would assume. Yep, that's what it was.
Yep,
there,
yep, absolutely.
Pitted.
There it is. So we've now got 10 or so guys have pitted, and they're clean. They got a straight fight. See, Boy Blue has done his job. Ghislaine Smith is clean. And Moorhead is still down in 26th. So he's gotten past 5. He needs to pass a lot more guys. But he's got nobody in front of him. And I just don't see where he's going to make up enough positions and able to help him out in the points. Since we're kind of in point paying season, we don't talk about it so much at the beginning of the year, but now we're here with only one race to go after this one. Yeah, we're down to point paying importance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he's gonna make it.
Are meaning a lot right now. Definitely the crazy.
So it's. I'm doing a little advanced mathematics in the meanwhile. So if you pit now, you're going to come out about 14th and right into the fray of Ansem and Rogers. So still these guys in the front just got they've blown their chance for a big fat undercut. They just got to keep doing what they're doing now. They're not holding each other up. Of course, Taylor's holding up Channing. Other than that, nobody's getting held up right now. You just got to keep driving.
Yeah, it looks like Galindo is taking maybe a tiny bit of time off Olhausen, but Olhausen's still very much so holding his own. Galindo's taken about a 10th off since the last time we checked in. And
Galindo's caught in some lap traffic.
Yep.
He's got to clear him. There you go. Good job. I didn't see which car that was, but he's now got Sergio behind him as well. It's a 61. That is going to be Barnes. That's great work by Barnes. You know, everybody's going to be the lap guy someday. So, great job on your part, babe. He's already pitted, so that's what's got him behind. But he did a great job of letting traffic through. I'll give a golf clap for Barnes for letting him through. And when it all shakes out, he's not in bad shape. He's just behind because he's pitted. So Barnes is the leader. Yeah, he's got a ways back. So we still got the top
like,
17 have not pitted.
Which is a bit crazy. That seems like a bit more than it generally is. You know, usually I'll see probably 12 or so people, maybe 15, that still need to pit at this point of the race. Coming into the last 23 minutes here. So it definitely seems like we're going to see some of these later pitting strategies from some of these drivers. Is always viable. I know the
Oh, we've got a major accident with Crumber and Rusco Bat have gone around, and it's right where I mentioned. You know, I mentioned that the foam barriers there at turn 12 wouldn't last long. They lasted longer than I figured they would, but they just crashed through and made little foam barriers out of very big foam barriers.
Yeah, let's take a look at what happened.
Bootsman's pitting.
On the cam with Cumber, it looks like he just got tapped. It looks like
sure did.
Got a little bit overcooked there on the corner, and
now that's a Punterino. If Bernice had been around for a lap, then she'd be heavy one set of yoga toes. I'll tell you ready for one more? Let's do one more Punterino jackpot since it's all heating up here. Our next contestant is Dolores Wong from Amarillo, Texas. So if a driver gets punterinoed in the 40th minute tonight, which is coming up in 18 seconds, Dolores will win a George Foreman grill courtesy of Doug Mitchell and SRA. Doug, get your Amazon card out. And I take it back. We're 1 minute ahead. 1 minute ahead. So you got one more minute. One more minute for that Amazon card, Doug.
This definitely seems like the battle to watch right here with Taylor getting right on the back. We didn't cover it, but McKechnie did manage to sneak past Taylor there. Bumping him down
He's got him.
But
now he's got Harrison Channing on his back door. So Dolores Wong from Amarillo, yeah, she may walk away with the George Foreman grill. See what develops in the next 30 seconds before she's on the clock.
definitely we'll start to see a lot of pits coming in, especially in the last 20 minutes.
Yes, all the guys in the back are pitting. Our top 17 has still not pitted, and I'll bet right in the middle of everything. Here we go, Dolores Wong, you're on the clock. This battle in the middle is going to get all jumbled up because the people in the back have all pitted and they're free and clear. Guys in the middle have missed their chance to undercut, and I think the undercut is the strategy of the night. And I think we're going to have a coming together right in the middle for, say, 12th to 20th. Let's see how that percolates. SE Balls, fastest lap of the race. Did he get tires?
Very
Get that funny.
good to have.
Got that funny feeling. He got some tars. He got himself some for Mr. Feelgoods.
It looks like Cumber is off the track. Have to run back here in just a couple of seconds and see what happened.
Did he get Punterino'd? Because the minute is up.
I guess
we can go get a
back and review this play right here, but
I saw no other Punterinos, and I think he went around by himself to play an E-Racing Lamborghini. I don't think he got no help at all. Well, sorry, Dolores. No Punterinos in either of our jackpot minutes. Be back next week to try to give away that George Foreman grill.
A good day for Doug's pockets.
Doug just saved himself a George Foreman grill and a pair of yoga toes. But he might have those for himself. No pitting up front.
Still putting down good laps here. He's getting walked up on a little bit with Galindo, taking about a second out of their gap. It's down to a 10.7 second gap. I did see an 11.8 as its height. We may be seeing, but I mean, man, 18 minutes now is a tough time to try to knock that kind of time off.
Yeah, it's Oldhouse's race to lose. I mean, he's lost a second back to Galindo, but he's still got 10.5 seconds on him. So, if you're Thomas Oldhouse, don't miss your pit box. That could cost you every bit of 5 seconds. And if Galindo's going to put a second on him about every 20 minutes, every 2-3 minutes, don't miss your pit box. I think if Thomas Oldhouse just hits his pit box, he's got himself a race win. And those are hard to come across.
Not an easy. You really have to be extra sweaty.
Now, Kevin Johnston is the first of our the top 17 to pit. McDonald's pitted. Your boy Blue is up to 19th. He'll probably pick up a few spots. The changeover. Kent Van Sickle still hanging in 7th. Rutherham 9th. There's your battle for the silver lead. Van Sickle holding on 7th overall. Nice night for him. I think he had one bump earlier in the race, but he's recovered. He's pulling a Scott Dixon and coming back and doing fine. Very nice.
You love to see it.
Everything else is a bit smooth at the moment. We're just waiting for some pit stops. That's what we need. We need some pit stops.
Definitely that time of night, everyone's kind of settling in, last 16, 15 minutes of the race here.
Hey, while we're watching for pit stops, we get an unbelievable amount of fan mail. Just keep sending your cards and letters in. It's awesome. But anyways, here we go. I'm going to go ahead. We can't read them all. I picked 3 for tonight. And I thought, we're not. There's a yellow flag somewhere. It's going to be Bootsman in the back. He's running 31st at the moment. Hey, he's turned it around. Who's in the pits? Rogers in the pits. Rogers the next one to pit. But while we're waiting for people to pit, I got 3 letters I'm going to read. We'll do it real quick here. So here we go. First letter we have is from Intrigued from Indianapolis. Stop me if somebody does something very interesting. Intrigued writes, can someone please ask your boy Blue if he has got a girlfriend? Well, Intrigued, we got it on good authority. Blue likes to play the field. May the odds ever be in your favor. There's a quick one. Got that out of the way. So there you go, Blue. Somebody's noticing your handiwork. Let's see, anybody else pitting? Not yet. And Rogers, see how far down does he fall? That's going to take him some time. He's going to fall to 21st. There comes a pack of wild. He's right in the middle of that battle. How do you do? Walked right into that one.
Overcooks it a little bit on the corner.
Yes, he does.
More position there.
So, all right, 2 more quick ones. Let me know if somebody does something very interesting like pit from the lead. So here we go. Next letter. This one is from Rig Shopper from Toledo. Rig Shopper writes, I'm looking to buy a new rig, but I've got a small apartment. If I get a new rig, I'll have to remove my bed and sleep on the couch. Can you tell me if it's possible for me and my girlfriend to do, a couple things in a Track Racer TR8 Pro? Oh, well, first, Rig Shopper, just get the TR8 Pro. It's the most solid rig on the market. Trust me, you're gonna love it. For the coupling things, I can confirm that's a yes, but you got to get creative. I'll draw you a picture and send it to you. But in the meantime, I bet she can figure it out. But just get the TR8 Pro. It's perfect. I'll send you some instructions on how to get things like button boxes and keyboard trays and things. There's a great hack on a way to get those installed and perfect. I'll send it to you. Whatever it is, if you're listening, get the TR8 Pro from Track Racer. It's fantastic. One of our sponsors. We love them. So there you go.
Absolutely. We were keeping an eye out on the battle here between Galindo and Lindo here. Right on each other's tails, battling it out. It is increasing that gap quite a bit between Olhausen and Galindo, which is 12.3 second gap now. Absolutely monstrous from him.
Oh, he's pulled away, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Well, I'll tell you what, Sergio Lindo is now all over Davim Galindo. If they keep holding each other up, McKechnie may catch them both. So, with 13 minutes left, you pit?
We're definitely bound to see quite a few pits coming up here.
Yeah, even if you pass him, it's going to cost you time just to pass him. You got to set it up. You got to get offline. Even the pass is going to cost you time. Considering how they're relatively close in speed. It's not like Sergio's just going to blow his doors off and pull out on the long straightaway and get him down like right here and get him down the straightaway. He's not going to do it. It's almost going to take a mistake from Galindo for Sergio to get by. Well, I'm thinking, here comes the overcut for Galindo. He's in. Second place driver is in the pits. Now I want to know where he comes out.
May have been a smart move there, to be entirely honest with you, getting out of the action there for a second. Trying to get in. Like you said, we'll see how much he falls there.
He's released Sergio to go get some hammer time in. So if I'm a Lindo now, go. This has got to be your best lap of the race if you're Sergio Lindo. It's got to be your best lap. Davim is down and rolling. Where does Sergio Lindo come out? Is he going to come in and pit? Is he going to answer with the pit? Is he going to respond? Or is he going to stay out for one more lap? We're going to know in about 30 seconds. Down the back stretch.
They, with the times that we've been posting with 137s, we do have time for a couple more laps. With several drivers still needing to pit, we'll see how far they try to push this out.
Top 8 have not come in. Ansem has not come in. Tadeo has not come in. Garcia hasn't come in. He needs to get in. Okay. Lindo did not pit. I'm sorry. That was wrong straightaway. Sorry, we'll get to the wrong part of the track. Does he come in? No, he doesn't. Out for another lap. He's got to go. Let's see what kind of lap time he turns. This lap, he turned. As he crosses the line, Sergio Lindo runs 139 flat. Meanwhile, back at the motel, we won't know for a minute until we see what Davim Galindo runs. He's down in 11th, but he's free. Galindo is absolutely free of any traffic. It is a flat-out street fight for second place. Maybe for first, if Thomas Olhausen doesn't get his pit stop right, but he's up by 14.5 seconds now. He's just free and clear. If I were Olhausen, I'd probably wait till the next to last lap and before the pit window closes and pit, because you got no problems. Make sure you don't miss that pit window. But he's just free and clear.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see how they kind of end up here. Generally, we see our first place.
Galindo's getting past the 25th place car of SE balls. Oh, that's just done him in. He didn't have time for that. He's going to push his way past him, but Balls is not giving up. That cost him some time, which makes the overcut for Sergio is probably going to work out like a charm. I want to watch Sergio come in now. So we love these races.
Yeah, he just
We love him.
the line again. He's got to go back around. And realistically, we probably have 3 more laps that our drivers
Yep.
that he would safely at
Yep.
least.
Yep. Hey, last fan mail. Here we go. We've had this last question. We've had it before, but I wanted to read it one more time because it's a good public service announcement. And here we go. Let's see here. This one's important. This one's from someone named Herding in Spokane. Herding writes, I sim race about 20 hours a week, but lately I've been dealing with extreme carpal tunnel syndrome in my hands due to the repetitive motion. Is there something I can do to alleviate the pain? Well, I'm going to stop you right there, Mr. Herding in Spokane. Carpal tunnel is nothing to be taken lightly. You need to see your doctor immediately. You've heard it here first. See your doctor because carpal tunnel is a confirmed killer. That's exactly what killed Princess Diana. She had carpal tunnel syndrome, and see what got her. So there you go. There's the news. There's the top 10 list, and there's your letters of fan mail. And Galindo's stuck. He is absolutely stuck with Balls. Balls is giving him all he can handle. Even though he's a bit of a blue flag, he's giving him all he wants. That probably is going to hand that overcut straight to Sergio Lindo. I tell you what it may do. That might bring McKechnie into it. He could lose a podium out of this thing. He might even lose 4th to Channing. I want to know where Rigatoni comes out when he pits.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to call. It's such a long pit. Such a long pit here.
Olhausen is in. The leader is on pit road. Leader's in.
Hopefully he can dip in and dip out into some clear air here.
The game is afoot. Olhausen's going to come out. Oh, he's going to come out. I hope he. Yeah, I will. I'm assuming he's going to come out well ahead of Galindo, but it's going to be closer than you think. That'll tell us a lot about what's going to happen with Sergio Lindo. Okay, he's out. He is out. Oh yeah, he's 20 some odd seconds ahead of Galindo. See, Galindo lost that much time. He's lost 8 seconds so far because it was 12. Now it's 22, 23. Yeah, he lost almost 10 seconds in this changeover, which that might knock him right off the podium. And that's going to put Sergio Lindo, who's free and clear and running. The question is, did he catch up anything? Did he catch up enough to Thomas Olhausen? I don't think he did. And Olhausen had a great pit stop. He did all he had to do. Nobody ahead of him that hasn't pitted. His nearest pitted competitor is Galindo. He's 20 seconds behind him. McKechnie is in. Here we go. The game is on. McKechnie on pit road.
Lindo is definitely going to be enjoying that first place feeling right now as we come into the last 5 minutes here.
McKechnie was in for more than 3.2 seconds. I don't think he had a great pit stop. But he's clean and he's out. Ennis is in. Ansom's in.
Rotherham is off the track.
Well, agricultural racing?
A little bit.
Man, they pay somebody to cut that grass.
That is the theme for this season is nature, so.
So here we go. Tomeo's in. Our leaders are beginning to come in. See where they fall back to. Ennis, Ansom, Tomeo's. Only 3 on pit road right now.
It's like Lindo, Channing, Rigatoni, and Van Sickle and Bermudez Garcia still need to come.
Whoa! McKechnie out. Okay, he's down behind. Okay. I was watching, so Olhausen is ahead of McKechnie. Okay, and he's got 18 seconds on it. Let's take a look. He's got 18 seconds on him. Okay, that's about right. Okay. Make that 17 seconds. Watching all our timers flip over. So, Thomas Olhausen has held serve. McKechnie's right where he should have been. And he has passed Galindo. Just like we said, he passed Galindo. And Dakota Taylor has hung in there. He's only three seconds behind Galindo.
Just about to say that too. It looks like Lindo dropping into the pits here, leaving us 3 drivers. Garcia dropping into the pits. Rigatoni dropping into the pits. So we have 2 more drivers here that need to come in.
Leaders on pit road, but look who's entered the picture. Your boy Blue is now 12th. Probably will stay there, but nice recovery for Blue. But here we go. Leaders on pit road. I got a camera on him. Rigatoni on pit road. Van Sickle on pit road. He's our leader in silver on pit road. Lindo out. Right now. Oh, he's a ways back.
Say we're about to see Channing dip into pits. At least he has to on this lap. Otherwise, he's not going to make it back around in time.
Wow. So Olhausen held serve, but he lost a little bit of that lead. He's down to 10 seconds, it looks like. But he's held serve. He's done his job. Lindo's done his job. McKechnie's moving into what's going to end up being third. Harrison Channing in the pits. Leader is in. Leader is on pit road. Coming in for service. I'm assuming he's getting a splash and dash. We only have 2 minutes left. He missed his pit. His crew had to back him up. We're down to 2 minutes to go in the race. Pit window, 54 seconds to go. Channing was the last racer to pit.
Yep, and Olhausen is going to dip
Latrice
right
off the track. Haven't mentioned the Latrice yet tonight. He's had a very calm, cool race, but he just slipped off the track. But he's back on. No harm, no foul. A couple of guys we haven't got to see tonight just because they've been you've minded your own business. If you mind your own business, you don't get on TV. So sorry for anybody we hadn't got on tonight. But as Harrison Channing comes back out, we'll see where he falls. But he's done his job. All things considered, Dakota Taylor's done his job. He's going to finish 6th out of this, unless Panzer Rigatoni can get past him. Rigatoni's done his job. Van Sickle's going to win in silver. We got a minute to go.
The pit window is closing down.
Your boy Blue hasn't had the night he wanted, but he did recover. The guys that didn't do what they wanted. Garcia. Moorhead only got back up to 22nd. He needed more than that. Aoki's going to get a nice finish in relation to his silver partners. But I swear, Galindo got stuck in traffic, and he lost the podium to McKechnie.
Yeah, it definitely didn't work out for him. Lindo, it absolutely worked out for him. He's currently sitting in 2nd, being chased a little bit by McKechnie, and unless anything huge happens, I mean, really, we're kind of sitting in where we're going to finish this race.
Yes, we have. Channing only went down to 6th. But we haven't talked about it because there's so much going on. But boy, everything changed in that midfield. We said about 12th to 20th. It wasn't going to look like it did to start with. Ghislaine Smith up to 17th. Tomeo to 18th. Rogers 19th. Barnes, Moorhead, Rusco, Bat, Balls, Potes. Potes needed more points tonight. But he's going to come out all right. I tell you that 12th to 20th sure doesn't look like it did to start with before everybody started pitting. And the big winner was Boy Blue with that major undercut. That was the rumor that the severe undercut was going to be the way to gain all the time. and Boy Blue had the accident early in the race, but he came back, and that proves severe undercut was the way to go. I think all you Wednesday night racers who are watching this, note to yourself, unless you're the same race I'm in, which don't pay attention to what I'm saying. And there you go. The clock has expired.
They're following along with Olhausen as we come on across the last couple of turns. Almost what seems like a parade lap. 18 seconds ahead, second place there.
Take us home, Caden. Take us home, babe.
Rounding a couple of last corners here, Olhausen has to be partying, sitting in what has to be a mini pool size of sweat after the race that he managed to pull off tonight. Rounding the final corner, he is going to be our #1 race finisher.
Leader has finished the race.
So #1 Olhausen, we'll see in about 18 seconds or so later. It looks like Lindo.
McKitchen's flashing his lights at Churchill with all he can. There they go, second, third, right under the flag stand, right behind each other. Here comes Galindo. Taylor finished 5th out of that.
Yeah.
He caught a spot.
Coming on 6th right now. Also flashing his lights right at the end of the race there.
And Van Sickle, he comes home 9th, but he wins. Well, he hadn't won it yet, but he's coming. There he goes. Van Sickle wins in silver. Aoki finishes 2nd in silver. We got guys still coming across the line.
What a race we've seen from these gentlemen tonight. A couple of them still finishing up here and there. We're following along with Jacob Rogers right now.
That's a pretty good race.
Last 3, yeah. Not a ton of accidents. We definitely saw a couple of skids here and there. Nothing super major though. A couple of little accidental taps. No massive pileups. Just one-on-one car action.
Absolutely. Got somebody sitting backwards on the front stretch, but I think he's okay with that. So I tell you what, if would you like to find a winner? See if you can drag him in here.
Absolutely.
See if I can find him. Olhausen is in D56 race chat.
Awesome. You want to drag him up here?
Let's see. Actually, I don't know how.
Oh, I got you.
There you go.
I will pull him up in here.
There you go.
Welcome into the booth, Olhausen. How we doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so excited.
I would be too after the hell of the race you pulled off there. You started what, 2nd?
Second, and the side by side for 5 corners with Galindo was amazing. That was a lot of fun.
And then you decided that racing wasn't for you and decided to go straight back to the hot lap leaderboards for the rest of the race on that one.
Pretty much, and I knew that I was going to run up on blue flags, and I needed to be as respectful as possible. And a couple of them cost me a few seconds, but we got through cleanly, no impacts, and we're good.
Absolutely, you ran it just right. We were watching and talking about it the whole time, and you ran the right strategy. You came in at the right time. You didn't miss a corner. Didn't miss anything. It's a textbook race. So
Panzo, I got to give it to Panzo. He inspired me last race. So I saw him run away with it. I'm like, I got to do that. I have to practice more or do something to get out there and run. And my teammate helped me with my setup, and there we are. So the last set of blue flags, I had 6 people in front of me, I think it was, and I'm like, okay, I gotta pit.
Yep, you pulled it off just right. We were watching the whole thing, saying, when are you going to pit? And we just knew that whenever you found traffic there at the end, we wanted you to stay out all you could because you're wide open. But as soon as you saw traffic, you get in so you didn't lose much time and didn't run into any risks. And you played it right. Textbook stuff. Well done and a well-earned win.
I appreciate it. Thanks for bringing me in here. Hope to be back soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
we'll maybe see you next week, right?
Oh yeah, we got one more race.
Exactly. Yep. But hey, thanks for popping in. Have a good one. Incredible race out there tonight, man.
Oh, thanks so much.
Have a good one.
Good stuff. Do we have? I don't see Sergio Lindo anywhere.
Interesting.
Let's see. We've got Justin McKechnie.
Could probably pull ourselves up in the catching.
I'll tell you what. How about Kent Van Sickle, who finished first in silver?
Oh, absolutely. Let me get him pulled up here.
He's a winner.
Second, maybe.
He's in D56 chat.
Yeah. There we go. Welcome into the commentators booth, Kent. How we doing, buddy?
I think his mic is muted.
Oh yeah,
There he is. There he is. That's a silver win.
that is what we needed.
Absolutely, it was. You ran a great race. You no troubles. I did what you had to do. You beat all the silver guys, and it's not easy to do.
No,
So
but that's the goal every week. So
Absolutely, we were watching, and you just kind of had them covered. Never had any problems. You pitted at the right time and did everything right.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Got any little insider info, anything you were feeling out there on the track? Obviously, Indianapolis isn't the most popular track out there, but
Oh, it's a bit slick, but I just cranked the TC up as I went. And, that kept it together for the most part.
there you
Hey,
go.
How were your tires at the end?
They're pretty shot.
were you slipping and sliding a lot more at the end than you were earlier on?
For sure. Yeah. That
That's what
track just eats tires.
Yeah, we saw a few people. We could tell about the halfway point. We saw a few people who just dropped off on speed. We figured they cooked it pretty good. So I think like low and slow is the key to get around this place.
Yeah, little adjustments as you go, and it works out.
Hey, well, the good news is not a lot to talk about with your race because you just you were low and slow and kept it going and beat all
on the
silver
track.
guys. So,
Yep.
Hey, so great race, babe.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Hey,
You
have a
got
good
it.
one.
I know.
All right. With that
stuff.
being said, yeah, absolutely great race this week. I think it's about time
Yeah.
to wrap things up.
I'm good for that.
I was gonna say, incredible race. We saw a lot of good. Obviously, 2 weeks in a row now we've had our first place runaway. Just absolutely run away with the win. So congrats to both of those gentlemen. But any closing remarks from you?
I hope everybody enjoyed the show. We had you couldn't have had more fun than we had bringing it to you. But I hope everybody enjoyed the show. We try to bring a little extra when we do one of these things to be a little more fun. Hopefully it was received well. But we had a lot of fun, and we hope to see everybody next time around on the track.
Absolutely. It was an absolute pleasure. Thanks for popping up in my booth with me, and everyone else
got
have a great rest of the week.
There you go. So long.
It has been the longest off season of SRA. The rust has been wiped off and the cars are revved up and ready to go. Welcome to SRA.
And we're off and away for SRA.